Good morning, everyone. Please be seated. My name is Dr. Crystal Gips, and I'm the chair of the college's Board of Trustees. On behalf of the board, many of whom are seated up here on the platform, I declare open this Keuka College Commencement Convocation. As an alumna myself, it's a privilege to welcome the members of the class of 2025. We also welcome your families, friends, and honored guests, whether they're joining us here on this beautiful campus or remotely through live screening. Please stand if you're able and join me in singing the national anthem. And please remain standing for the invocation, which will be delivered by this year's baccalaureate speaker, Instructor of Criminology and Criminal Justice, Michael Smith.
Let us pause for a moment of reflection. We acknowledge and take in the celebration and the beauty of these moments as just a small part of the day and the shared space which we all find ourselves in. Our space is occupied by family and friends, all combined for a special purpose. May we approach this time together with open hearts and minds, seeking to foster understanding and connection. May we find strength in our shared humanity and strive to make the positive impact on the world around us. We are looking at those that surround us to harness and develop, to join in the presence and help define the future. Please provide these graduates with every support system and mental or physical tool that will enhance their abilities and skill sets as they move forward to engage the challenges they will ultimately face as they leave this place. We are all going to be a part of their success and their failures, and it's important that we remain grounded with them and represent it is really about what we can do together. Our challenge and commitment to each other is what makes us human. It strengthens bonds. It can help us see our weaknesses. It offers a way to facilitate change. It can help you define you and who you all become, because we should never stop learning, exchanging ideas or thoughts, or growing into ourselves. We are fortunate to be in this beautiful place with these graduates and our families and friends. Reflect and appreciate our personal perspectives, faith, and worldly connectedness with every one of us. Amen.
Please be seated. A few quick orders of business. If at any time you care to move indoors, we're live streaming today's ceremony in several locations, including the Hawkins Lounge and Geyser Dining Commons, both of which are in the Dahlstrom Student Center, which is immediately to your right, and in room 109 in Hegeman Hall, which is to the right of Ball Hall when facing the parking lot. All of these spaces are air-conditioned. It is now my pleasure to introduce our class of 2025 student speakers. The first is Georgia Gallatin, a nursing major from Bloomfield, New York. She works as a community assistant for campus life here and is a regular member of the Dean's List. She also was recently awarded the Virginia Henderson Award at the 2005 Nurse Pinning Ceremony. Georgia plans to return this fall to begin her graduate studies, pursuing a master's degree to become a nurse practitioner. Please join me in welcoming Georgia Gallatin.
Good morning, esteemed faculty, fellow graduates, families, and friends. I stand before you today filled with an overwhelming sense of pride and gratitude, ready to mark a milestone in our lives. Today, we celebrate more than just the completion of a degree. We celebrate growth, perseverance, and the endless possibilities that await us as we step into the world beyond Keuka College. Keuka College is founded on the principles of community, integrity, leadership, and responsibility. These values have shaped the way we approach our academics and our lives. Our education here has been much more than just about textbooks and exams, although coming from a nursing student, it does feel like that sometimes. We've learned to be compassionate leaders, to serve others, and embrace diversity. Whether it was through community engagement projects, field period opportunities, or personal interactions with our professors, Keuka has consistently emphasized that we are not just here to excel in our own lives, but to lift up those around us along the way. This campus provides a place where opportunity is available to all of us, regardless of our starting point. It is an environment that believes in breaking barriers and leveling the playing field. One of the things I will forever hold dear about Keuka College is the way we support one another. We all come from different backgrounds, but here we share a common experience of growth and transformation. I know I can speak for many of us when I say that the relationships we've built here will last far beyond graduation. These connections are reminders that even in those moments of doubt, we are never truly alone. We have each other, and that's something special that Keuka has ingrained in us. Keuka College has also given us the tools to go out into the world and to make a difference. It's not just about getting a degree, like I said, but about using that degree to create change, to challenge the status quo, and to be the best version of ourselves. Through our experiences here, we've learned that we have the ability to transform lives, not just our own, but the lives of others. And how gratifying is that? My own journey at Keuka has been shaped by a deep desire to make a difference in the world and leave my mark. The moments of struggle and tears and countless late nights spent studying, the laughter and adventure with friends, these experiences have given me passion to go out into the world and to make a positive impact. Every challenge I faced here became an opportunity for growth, and every triumph, no matter how small, was a reminder that I was on the right path. I had always wanted to attend college, but there was always that fear that I wouldn't be able to. When the opportunity to attend Keuka arose, I took the leap, and I could not be more thankful. Keuka College took me by the hand, and many others, and led us to this stage today. Single interaction has equipped me with the tools I needed to excel as a student leader, a student, and now a professional registered nurse. Today, as we stand on the precipice of our future, we have a responsibility to use our education, our experiences, and our values to leave the world a better place than we found it. We are not just graduates. We are leaders, innovators, and change makers. And as we step out into the world, let us remember the way of the wolf, to lead, to collaborate, and to inspire others to join us on the journey. So let's take a moment to celebrate what we've accomplished. And to the faculty, the staff, and our families, thank you for being a part of our journey. Now let's go out and show the world what we're made of. Congratulations, class of 2025. The world is waiting for us, and I'll know we will rise to meet it. Go Wolves!
Thank you, Georgia. Our next student speaker is Peyton Taylor. Peyton is a business management major from Troy, Pennsylvania. He served as treasurer for the Pride Club and president of Sigma Lambda Sigma, and is invested in the community through Alternative Spring Break and Celebrate Service, Celebrate Yates. He will be moving to Orange County in New York to pursue a career in nonprofit management. Please join me in welcoming Peyton Taylor.
Sorry for anyone who got distracted by me running. I was picking up a paper. I stand here before you, a proud man. I came to Keuka College in the fall of 2022 at about the same age as most seniors then, 21 years old. I had spent the previous 4 years looking for purpose. A campus tour in the summer of 2022 brought me to Keuka College and a business division discovery day, which answered many of my questions about what I could expect. More than that, I had an answer for where I belonged. Keuka College has opened so many doors for me, some of which have led to the most important people in my life. One of the first doors I ever opened here led me into the Norton Chapel behind me, where during new student orientation, I was introduced to Lori Adams. She spoke to us, the incoming students, about her time here as a student, alumna, and associate director of alumni relations. She asked all of us fidgety freshmen to howl as loud as we could, and I committed. She ended up giving me a shout out for that, so I just wanted to repay the favor. A Casey, kudos to you, Lori. Truly though, every single staff and faculty member of this college has contributed to fostering our growth and building us into the insightful, educated people that we are today. It is because of everyone who comes to this campus daily and works toward our futures that I feel so proud to be part Wolf. When I said I had found where I belonged, it was because of more than this physical space. It was the place. See, the difference between a space and a place is largely that which occupies the physical location, that which gives it meaning. Ask Dr. Kapika if you want to know more. Regarding Keuka College, I'm talking about its communities. I have found lifelong friends here, mentors, and role models. Brooke Baker, Aaron Brewer, Denise Chambers, Eric Detter, Lisa Hockadell, Stephen Kopika, Liz Lambert, and Tim White, to name a few. And I continue to take so much inspiration from them all as I take another step toward my future, our future. You might have your own inspirations here, and I would encourage you to reach out to them with gratitude for the reinforcements that have helped you in your work to get to this ceremony. I'm so proud of every member of this class for finding yourselves friends with whom you feel comfortable and confident. These people sitting all around you are your life peers, people to confide in, to worry with, to celebrate with, people to graduate with even. Most importantly, these are the people with whom we should be focused on building the future. Trials and tribulations await, just as they awaited the generations before us, and nothing ahead of us is guaranteed to be easy. But nothing good comes easy. I ask that all of you think about your programs, your fields, and how they will affect the people and environments around you. Cling tightly to the positive impacts that can be made as you venture forth, and be courageous and persistent in making those differences. As a student of the Division of Business and Management, I am ecstatic to go forward into nonprofit organizations and get my hands dirty with the bureaucratic process. Truthfully, we might all have to get our hands dirty to make the most impactful changes. But in doing so, I also hope that none of us forget about the little things, like holding the door open for each other, just as many of us have done navigating from building to building here in Keuka Park. With all that you have learned in the classroom and out in your fields and field periods, take in equal value what you have learned about each other, whether during conversations in the dining hall, a casual hangout in the library, or even during an evening debrief with Eric and Tim after a hard day of work on alternative spring break. Never forget these humble beginnings. Let them guide you to bring strength to our nation and to help humanity flourish, just as George Harvey Ball always envisioned. As the official Keuka College class of 2025, we are Team Gold. May we all remember this as we make the future just as bright as our class color. Thank you.
Thank you, Peyton. Let's have a big round of applause for both our student speakers, Georgia and Peyton. Thank you. It is now my distinct honor to introduce Keuka College's 20th president, Amy Story.
Thank you to our guests, family members, friends, supporters, all of you for being here today. And thank you most of all to the class of 2025 for your determination, hard work, and your commitment to attaining your degree no matter the challenges in your path. I applaud you, and I invite everyone in the audience to applaud you as well. I'd like to commend our graduates for their level of engagement with the college, not only in the classroom, but as athletes, advocates, and leaders through their participation in sports, clubs, organizations, extracurricular activities, and service to the college and the greater community. You have embodied what it means to engage with curiosity, a core Keuka College value. That value, the willingness to ask hard questions, pursue new knowledge, and lean into complex issues will serve you long after you leave this stage. Lately, I've been reflecting on the world you're stepping into. and how we would prepare ourselves to meet with clarity and purpose the issues that we face as a society. Part of that reflection has come from reading two powerful books, The Anxious Generation and The Coddling of the American Mind, both by social psychologist Jonathan Haidt. In The Coddling of the American Mind, Haidt and co-author Greg Lukianoff, I don't know how you pronounce it, but Lukianoff, explore what they call the three great untruths. These are misguided ideas that have quietly taken hold in education and childhood, and that are, in many ways, making life harder instead of easier. These untruths are, number one, what doesn't kill you makes you weaker. So, I don't know about parents and grandparents out there, but when I was growing up, that was always what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But lately, it seems to be different. The second is always trust your feelings. And the third is life is a battle between good people and evil people. At first glance, these ideas might sound like well-intentioned advice, but in truth, they're deeply counterproductive. Take the first, what doesn't kill you makes you weaker. You, the class of 2025, have disproved that through your actions. The road to today has included difficulties, personal, academic, and emotional, and you've overcome them, not by avoiding discomfort, but by meeting it, working through it, and growing because of it. You are stronger, not weaker, for having done so. The second untruth, always trust your feelings, can be especially persuasive. Emotions are valid and important, but they aren't infallible. They're shaped by context, by memory, by influence, and increasingly by algorithms, which leads to insights from the anxious generation. The book explores how childhood has been reshaped in recent years, not by deliberate design, but by the rise of phone-based childhood. So instead of running and climbing and playing, exploring, resolving conflicts face-to-face, today's youth often grow up mediated by screens. And the effects are all too familiar. Increases in anxiety, depression, social comparison, and perfectionism. Now, let me be clear. Technology is not inherently bad. It can connect us, empower us, and help inform us. But we must remain aware of how it shapes our attention, our relationships, and our understanding of ourselves. When you constantly compare your behind-the-scenes life to someone else's highlight reel, it's easy to believe you're falling short, but real life is messy. Growth isn't always filtered and captioned, and strength doesn't come from being flawless. It comes from being willing to fail and to keep going. Which brings me to the third untruth: life is a battle between good people and evil people. That mindset, while satisfying in its simplicity, is dangerous. It leaves no room for nuance, growth, or connection, and it makes a disagreement feel like a war instead of an opportunity. So, what I'd like to share with all of you today is that I, as your president, have a leadership coach. His name is Stan Profit. And many people that work at Keuka College have engaged with Stan over the years on different issues that we might be facing. And Stan always says there are advantages and disadvantages to everything. Everything. That has helped me through so many difficult moments to try to see the person who's standing on the other side of the issue. And for those of you who may be from the southern tier, I will tell you that Stan Profit's coach was Heidi Ochai. So very long-standing wisdom has come to this college from surrounding communities. It is so tempting to withdraw when you think the other party is wrong. I just have two examples I want to share with you. One is, you may be aware the college received congressionally directed money to create a clinic that will act as a learning lab for nurses, social workers, and occupational therapists. Well, one of our alumni saw a photo of me on the front page of the newspaper with Chuck Schumer, and she did not like that. And so she sent me several messages telling me how I sold my soul to the devil and all kinds of really bad things. And I called her and I said, let's talk. Let me hear more about your perspective. But she wouldn't take my calls and she wouldn't talk to me. So I was being a little judgy about that, I'm not gonna lie. But then I'm part of a group of college presidents from the region who had a decision to make. And that group of presidents changed the rules about decision making to guarantee a result that I wasn't in favor of because it wasn't in favor of Keuka College. To say that I was irate would be a gross understatement. This probably happened 2 years ago, and I'm still not happy. But my temptation was to withdraw from this group and not engage with them anymore. And then I thought about Stan, and then I thought about the advantages and disadvantages to everything, and I continued to engage. And so that is my hope for all of you. When we withdraw instead of engaging, we lose the opportunity to influence, to persuade, and to understand, and more importantly, we miss a chance to grow. The real work, whether it's in education, relationships, or citizenship, happens not when we agree, but when we engage in disagreement, honesty, and respect. Engagement is hard. It requires humility to accept that we might be wrong, and the courage to ask questions, and the patience to listen. That's one I struggle with. I'm just gonna be honest about that too. And the willingness to be uncomfortable. And that's where learning lives. That's where progress happens. We need more people willing to stay in the room when things get difficult. People who can hold firm to their beliefs and also be humble, and people who seek to understand before seeking to persuade. You've learned that the world is complicated. You've learned to navigate differences with empathy, to speak up with thoughtfulness, to ask questions that don't always have easy answers. You've learned to challenge the great untruths, not just intellectually, but through your lived experience. You've shown that hardship can strengthen. You've learned that feelings matter, but so does reason. And you've seen that people are more than their politics or their mistakes. And so my challenge to you is simple. Don't retreat from disagreement. Lean into it with integrity. Don't seek safety from ideas. Seek strength in engaging with them. And don't stop playing, exploring, failing, or growing. Most importantly, someday, if you agree with something Keuka College does and I'm still here, please take my phone call so we can talk about it. Class of 2025, you are prepared, you are intelligent, you are resilient, you are capable, and you are needed, perhaps now more than ever. So go forward with confidence, with compassion, and with curiosity. After today, we at Keuka College may no longer be beside you, but we will always be behind you. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2025. Thank you. And we now have the privilege of bestowing an honorary degree, Keuka College's highest degree, the Doctor of Humane Letters, will be awarded to longtime Keuka College trustee, valued supporter, tireless advocate for higher education, and a personal friend, Dr. Crystal J. Gibbs, Keuka College, class of 1965. So think about that, everybody who's graduating today, being up here 60 years from now. You could be sitting where Crystal is. Dr. Gibbs is an extraordinary alumna whose leadership, dedication, and generosity have benefited Keuka College in a great many ways over a number of years. Dr. Gibbs has served with distinction on the college's Board of Trustees for 15 years, chairing the board since 2022 and contributing her insight across numerous committees. Her strategic guidance has helped steer the college through major initiatives, including the transformative Next 125 campaign, the largest capital campaign in college history. So for students who are sitting there today, what this meant to you is that Crystal was primarily responsible for the new locker rooms. And when I say the locker rooms before you got here looked like the lockers from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie from like 1965, they were so bad. So thank you, Crystal, for that, among many other things. Oh yeah, one other side note, when Crystal was here, the women's basketball team played Cornell and beat them, which brings joy to my heart. Her deep belief in the power of education at Keuka College is reflected in her generous support, some of which I talked about, ranging also from the Science Center greenhouse to the Center for Art and Design. Dr. Gibbs has been a tireless champion for alumni engagement, a respected voice at college events, and a leader in her local community. She's someone I turn to frequently for advice and expertise. Her insights inevitably lead to thoughtful decisions and stronger outcomes. Today we honor Dr. Gibbs' longtime service and steadfast commitment to Keuka College by conferring upon her the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters. Crystal, will you please join me at the podium? And I'd also like to invite Trustee Emeritus Keith Fagan. Dr. Crystal Gibbs, in recognition for all that you do to embody the qualities and values our institution seeks to instill in its students, Keuka College bestows upon you its highest degree. On behalf of a grateful college and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York and the trustees of Keuka College, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and immunities thereunto appertaining, and I cause you to be vested with the symbols appropriate to this degree.
Don't leave it. Stay there. My deepest appreciation for this great honor, President Story. My thanks to my colleagues on the Board of Trustees for their confidence in me. To the graduates, I've always considered commencement to be one of the most joyful ceremonies we experience. Being able to share your joy is an honor. When I learned that I was to receive an honorary degree from the college, I wondered what I might say that could be of use to you. I thought about how well my degree from Keuka had carried me through life over these past 60 years. I've always been conscious that being a graduate of Keuka College was central to who I am and what I do. Reflecting on what I experienced at Keuka that gave me the capacity and the impetus to live a successful professional career and a good life might help you in some way. I begin my reflection by recalling a comment that one of my classmates made at our 50th reunion. She said, "What I value most about my Keuka education is that it prepared me for anything that came at me." That statement covers a lot of ground, anything that came at me. When I reflect on the experiences I had at Keuka, and I'll name just a few, I can easily see how they prepared me for what I encountered in the years after. First, let me say that I was like many of you when I entered Keuka. I came with no money, and I came from a dairy farm across Seneca Lake. I was poor, and I was unsophisticated to the ways of the larger world. I had a lot of growing to do. When I got to Keuka, I knew I had to have some kind of physical activity to keep me balanced. In both high school and my freshman year at another institution, I'd played competitive team sports. I didn't see any notification of sports activities here, so I went to the office of the physical education teachers and asked if there was any intercollegiate or intramural sports. The answer was no. I asked the next question, could we do something to start some? The answer was, sure. If you want to organize the sports teams and get in touch with other schools to play against us, I'll serve the coach. The answer surprised me. I gulped and realized that that's what I had to do. There were no organized intercollegiate sports for women at that time. I don't remember the details of what I did, except that I did call schools in the area, asked if they wanted to play field hockey because it was September, and invited them to join us for a game. Over the next 3 years, we developed an ongoing but somewhat erratic schedule for field hockey, basketball, and volleyball. We managed to get other schools to come here on most occasions because we didn't have any transportation. Nevertheless, we fielded competitive teams and won most of our games. Our ultimate experience came in our last game of the basketball season when I was a senior. As Amy has already mentioned, we did travel to Cornell. At first, we were so overwhelmed by the facility that we just wanted to stay in the locker room and enjoy it. However, we got ourselves together and won by 1 point. So what did I learn from this opportunity, now that I can look back on it? I learned how to start with something that was nothing and turn it into something that was everything to those who were part of it. I learned that I could identify strategies to develop an organization and to engage other people in it. We might call this problem solving or collaboration and team building. I also learned that I could play multiple roles, as I did a couple of times when a referee for a field hockey game did not show up, and my coach told me to remove my Keuka uniform top and referee the game. I certainly realized over the years of my career that changing roles and doing something I hadn't expected to do until the very moment I had to do it was quite possible. It also taught me that developing knowledge and skills that were more than required for the role I expected to play could come in very handy. These lessons were about taking up an opportunity and taking risks. Another opportunity. When I arrived at the college, I was assigned an advisor, as you were. In my case, Dr. Lotus Snow turned out to be the best member of the English faculty for me to work with. She was a serious scholar. She had a particular way of structuring her thinking about literature. In high school, I'd not had much opportunity for serious reading and study of literature. In my freshman year elsewhere, I read magnificent literature, but the professors were not true teachers. Dr. Snow's approach helped me to develop a confidence in reading literature and writing about it that served me well, not only as a high school English teacher for 10 years, but as a school administrator, a professor, and a dean of a school of education. It helped me to teach both high school students and graduate students to think carefully about the work they were doing and to write carefully. My work with Dr. Snow gave me the foundation to transition from thinking and writing about literature to thinking and writing about educational programs and issues, presentations to governing boards, grant applications, and other professional tasks. There are two other opportunities I met at Keuka College that I'd like to tell you briefly about. One was the opportunity for employment at the college. At first, I was assigned to clean the main floor of Ball Hall. That didn't excite me much, and to this day, I hate to clean. But soon the opportunity to work in the kitchen came up. That meant taking in dirty dishes, scraping leftover food into the garbage disposal, drying dishes as they came out of the dishwasher, putting them away, etc. Not very exciting either. Fortunately, I soon had the opportunity to use another of my capacities. I was tall, taller than I am now, and strong and had big hands. Those characteristics made me an excellent operator of the very large dishwasher we had at the time. The person who ran the dishwasher essentially set the tone for how things went in the dish cleaning division of the kitchen. This role taught me to manage a team performing under pressure, hot water, speed, and classes waiting for the team to go to at a certain time. The opportunity came about in a way that the other opportunity came about in a way that you may consider questionable. A friend and I decided we'd like to have breakfast with the president of the college, which is a bit bold of us. We did that on more than one occasion, which was even bolder. And here's how we did it. We would walk down to the Lasina, the same house that President Story lives in now, knock on the door at about 7 a.m., and ask the housekeeper if we could come in and have breakfast with the president. She always said yes, without asking him. She would simply make more of whatever the breakfast was that day, cornflakes, scrambled eggs, whatever. The president would come down, and the three of us would eat breakfast and talk. It was in these conversations that I began to understand the values that have stood the test of time for Keuka College and its students. Through that perhaps self-made opportunity, I came to know what my beliefs and values were and how they did and would determine my actions. I also learned the perspective of the leader of the college. I've used and expanded on these lessons in the years since many times over. I hope you can see that what I've described here is the importance of making the best of opportunities that arise and taking some risks to get ready for the opportunities that come at you as you move through your life. I'm not saying that I was fully developed and prepared for the world when I left Keuka College at the age of 22. In fact, I didn't recognize these opportunities and their values then. What I am saying is that I got a solid foundation here that I could depend upon to help me with the next opportunities or crises, if that's what they were, that I might confront. I now want to add one more gift from my education at Keuka College to tie together the initial quotation of being ready for anything that comes at me and the experiences that I had. It was my father, who had only an elementary school education, who articulated this crucial part of a Keuka student's education. He said, as we stood on the lawn on a very sunny day, and a temperature of 95 degrees when I graduated, "I'm so happy to be here today because I can be somebody here." I even talked to the president. It took me a while to understand the significance of what he said. As I've reflected on that statement over the years, I've come to know with certainty that everyone who is educated at Keuka College can be somebody. They are somebody. It is that allows us to leave the college with the confidence, the courage to meet anything that comes at us using the capacities and the values we developed. As I have, I hope you will think in the months and many years ahead of the gift Keuka College has given you. If you've not already recognized the opportunities you had at Keuka, that's okay. Reflecting on them will help you to do so. And identifying those opportunities will increase your personal and professional capacities as you move forward. Those capacities, values, and confidence were the crux of your education here. Keuka College's gift to you was the opportunity to learn to take advantage of opportunity, to take risks confidently based on a system of values, and to do the best for your friends and family, community, profession, and the larger world. I ask, as you go forward from this day, that you continue to think occasionally about how your experience at Keuka College plays a role in whatever you are engaged in, how your Keuka College education is always with you, how you are somebody with a Keuka College education within you. Congratulations and best wishes, graduates.
Congratulations, Crystal. I'd just like all the students who are graduating, who will be graduate students here next year, to know there is no housekeeper anymore for breakfast. We probably have little bites, chocolate chip mini muffins, but that's about it, so just to be clear. And now it is time for the Professor and the Adjunct Professor of the Year. So, the awards for Professor and Adjunct Professor are presented to faculty members whose work was identified by their peers as particularly exemplary over the previous academic year. And I do want to say that the student trustees also vote on this person. So the 2025 Professor of the Year is Professor of Educational Studies and Division Chair, Dr. Claudia Lorenzova. Claudia, will you please stand? As Professor of the Year, Claudia will be invited to serve as a keynote speaker of academic convocation. So just another little bit of fun to add to your summer activities, Claudia. The college's 2025 Adjunct Professor of the Year is Adjunct Instructor of Management, Mike Furlong. Is Mike here today? Mike, he's here. Mike is a class of 2007 alumnus of the college, and fun fact, today's his birthday. Congratulations, Claudia and Mike, on this much-deserved recognition. And now we have a few professors emeriti to announce. Professor Stephanie Craig served Keuka College for 22 years before retiring in December as Professor of Social Work. She served on numerous standing committees and consistently received outstanding or excellent reviews. She was granted the status of Professor Emerita of Keuka College in March of 2025. Is Stephanie here? Steph! Well deserved. And the second emeritus faculty member is Dr. Peter Kozik, who served Keuka College for 14 years before retiring in June 2024 as the Associate Professor of Education. He established key partnerships with local school districts and helped provide training for mandated workshops, ensuring compliance, accreditation, and the transformation of the general education curriculum. He was granted the status of Professor Emeritus in June of 2024. So please join me in congratulating Stephanie and Peter on this well-deserved honor. Okay, and now, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Heather Maldonado, will lead the conferral of degrees.
President Story, it is my distinct honor to present to you the members of the class of 2025 for their degrees in course. Will the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science please rise if they are able? President Story, these candidates have met the requirements for graduation. They have been recommended by the faculty for their degrees and have been approved by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me by the Board of Regents of the State of New York and by the Board of Trustees of Keuka College, and with certification of the completion of all degree requirements, I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining, and I cause you to be vested with this appropriate symbol to this degree. Please turn your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Will the candidates for the degrees Master of Science and Master of Social Work please rise if they are able? President Story, these candidates have met the requirements for graduation. They have been recommended by the faculty for their degrees, and they have been approved by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority delegated to me by the Board of Regents of the State of New York and by the Board of Trustees of Keuka College, and with certification of the completion of all degree requirements, I confer upon you the degrees Master of Science or Master of Social Work with all the privileges, rights, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. And I cause you to be vested with the symbol appropriate to this degree. My congratulations to you all. Please be seated.
Diplomas will now be awarded to members of the class of 2025 by President Story, and members of the Platform Party will offer their congratulations. I invite Vice President for Advancement, Rich Basler, to join me in the reading of the names of our graduates. Parents, relatives, and friends of our graduates, please remain seated and avoid crowding the stage or blocking the view of others in the audience, particularly those who require the services of our interpreters. Is everyone ready to cross the stage? We begin by calling the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. Candidates in the Division of Applied Health and Wellness. For the major of Community Health and Wellness, Anders Axelson. Alyssa Batten. Brooke Bonetti. Madison Fassinger. Anna Rose Freiner Mess. Kiara Hartway. Jalen Oriana. Alexia Lynn Stone, cum laude. For the major of Health Sciences, Jana Lee Doyle, cum laude. For the major of Occupational Science, Brooke Armelli, magna cum laude. Lennon Brand, cum laude. Sarah Canistra, magna cum laude. Isabella Colon, magna cum laude. Victoria Kakura. Anna de Wisp Alir, summa cum laude. Caitlin Donovan, magna cum laude. Charlotte Dunn. Morgan Edwards, cum laude. Madison Gilbert. Alexandria Marie Lanfear, cum laude. Erica Nerzak, summa cum laude. Tessa Petlock, cum laude. Marissa Schmitz, summa cum laude. Amanda Sheehan, summa cum laude.
Candidates in the Division of Business and Management. For the major of Accounting, Zachary Beeler. Ethan Drynan, magna cum laude. Sean Perry. Jesse Lee Pruden, magna cum laude. For the major of Management, Carlos Elverdaro, summa cum laude. Ryan Bule. Jesse Capitano. Amy Kramer, magna cum laude. Shane Daly. Keegan Ferris. Cameron Havater, cum laude. JC Lannon, magna cum laude. Anthony Laurinaitis. Tyler Lewandowski. Anthony Manzari, magna cum laude. Donald Nemeth. Gianna Padula. Adrian Porter. Kobe Jordan Shriver. Thomas Stoanoff, magna cum laude. Bryn Straub, cum laude. Peyton Tyler, magna cum laude. William Tian, summa cum laude. Jessica Troop, magna cum laude. John Valenotti. Sophia Zinicola.
Candidates in the Division of Education and Psychology. For the major of Adolescent Education, Emily Wells. Marissa Haney. Jordan Nichols, magna cum laude. Daniel Ruste, magna cum laude. Katie Smith, cum laude. For the major of Unified Childhood Special Education, Sydney Host, summa cum laude. Francesca Herrero. Annie Cookmansky, cum laude. Mackenzie Kuzma. Reagan Shimlajan, summa cum laude. Annalise Renee Steyer, magna cum laude. Jamie Tilby, summa cum laude. Madison Wright, magna cum laude. For the major of Unified Early Childhood Special Education, Jessica Avery, magna cum laude. Summer Fayola, magna cum laude. Haley Kittle, magna cum laude. Gracie Klass. Ellen Lavonas. Shayla Vetter, magna cum laude. For the major of Child and Family Studies, Hannah Klusek.
For the major of Psychology, Morgan Bond. Emma Grace Boyce. Jade Burkhart. Emily Catrona, summa cum laude. McKenna Demoni, magna cum laude. Anna Dewey, magna cum laude. Clarissa Enos. Olivia Good Ian, summa cum laude. Kaylee Height, summa cum laude. Kaylee Hodge, cum laude. Alexandria Hutchins, cum laude. Alexis Uzzini. Juliana McGorry, summa cum laude. Logan McMurty. Cadence Pandozzi, summa cum laude. Emily Philippone, summa cum laude. Gracie Pierce, cum laude. Ava Peterzak. Destiny Tui. Ryan Walker, cum laude. Candidates in the Division of Humanities and Fine Arts for the major of American Sign Language. Amaya Moore, cum laude. Amaya Thomas, summa cum laude.
For the major of American Sign Language, English Interpreting. Leah DeMoro, summa cum laude. Abigail Wallet, cum laude. For the major of Art and Design, Clarice Capuana. Michaela Fuller, magna cum laude, and Luna. Jaden Lannon, summa cum laude. Kimberly Rose Proudman. Parker Sage, magna cum laude. For the major of Visual Communication Design, Kaya DiFilippo Fry. Taryn Klika, magna cum laude. Candidates in the Division of Natural Sciences and Mathematics for the major of Applied Mathematics and Finance, Brianna Gallen. For the major of Biology, Jaden Kesey. Lily McLaughlin, cum laude. Catherine Nicolo Hamblin. Nicholas Overstrom. Evan Pellerito, summa cum laude. Jesse Price, magna cum laude. Dela Wilton. For the major of Environmental Science, Cassidy Donnells. Caitlin Grace Hastings. Alana Mudono. Lucas Rude, summa cum laude. Ethan Tillotson. Suzanne Gracelyn Ward.
Candidates in the Division of Nursing. For the major of Nursing, Kirsten Billings, cum laude. Bryce Blackmore, cum laude. Mary Cabot, cum laude. Riley Calkins, cum laude. Kiera David, cum laude. Catherine Dethridge, magna cum laude. Jacqueline DeMarco. Abigail Egloff. Kennedy Ellis. Georgia Gallatin, cum laude. Haley Jenner, cum laude. Sophia Ann Little. Abigail McAlpine, magna cum laude. Peyton Miller, cum laude. Andy Nixon, cum laude. Kennedy Perry, magna cum laude. Corinne Poppin. Miranda Rosa Bianca. Andrew Rosa Bianca. Chloe Sears, cum laude. Aaron Smith, cum laude. Candidates in the Division of Social Work and Criminal Justice. For the major of Criminology, Criminal Justice. Keegan Berry, magna cum laude. Lacey Cole, summa cum laude. Caden Kriego. Kenneth Daniels. Carlos Fantuzzi.
Lindsay, is that you? I missed you. I can't get out of here. I gotta see you.
Logan Frank. Lindsay Garbos, summa cum laude. Shania Ann Ganu, magna cum laude. Sean Horahan. Sabrina Eno. Cameron Jones. Kendra Nicole McLeod, cum laude. Leah McNally, magna cum laude. Emily Parkhurst, summa cum laude. Leilani Price, cum laude. Jean Marie Roach. Cole Schmurder. Tegan Schertz, summa cum laude. Kyle Wood.
For the major of social work, Mac Agiman. Jeffrey T. Bennett, Sr., cum laude. Olivia Grace Bessie Nolan, cum laude. Julia Blackall, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Brabant. Genevieve Brown, magna cum laude. Keandra Casatrino. Cole Chimente, magna cum laude. Joanna Cuevas Reynoso, sorry, cum laude. Sarah DeCosta Radigan, magna cum laude. Jillian Dorez, magna cum laude. Amanda Familo, cum laude. Paige Granger, magna cum laude.
Whitney M. Johnson. Haley Kosher, magna cum laude. Rita Marie Martinez, magna cum laude. Amanda McCormick, summa cum laude. Ashley Minor, summa cum laude. Melissa Montando. Gabrielle Reynolds, magna cum laude. Dejanique Rosa. Lizette Rosario, cum laude. Jordan Sims, cum laude. Alexandria Sprague. Jaylene Suazo, cum laude. Madison Veltastro. Jenna Weir, cum laude. Allie Welch. Kyle White, magna cum laude. Shauna Wright.
We will now present diplomas for candidates for the degrees of Master of Science and Master of Social Work. Candidates in the Division of Applied Health and Wellness, Occupational Therapy, Olivia Santana. Christina Bard. Madeline Bronius. Sydney Brown. Lily Kerrigan Bauer. Lydia Court. Serena Crowell. Shaylin Diamond. Abigail Flack. Former student trustee, Josie Kelly. Michaela Kimball. Cameron Knapp. Chloe LaCroix. Andrew McCormick. Danielle Pachillis. Kendra Phoenix. Chloe Poutier. Allison Regal. Emily Remillard. Teresa Schertz. Juliana Steed. Kathleen Stewart. Samantha Tartaglia. Kaylee Wilson. Elizabeth Winterberger. Candidates in the Division of Business and Management, Management degree. Tegan Carter. Dana Edholm. KJ Freeman. Jameek Gray. Ashley Guzowitz. Dylan Hode. Lynn Jones. Megan Kendall. Nicholas Leone. Cameron Myers. Owen Thorpe. Here we go. Lindsay Van Alstine. Alan Wilms.
Candidates in the Division of Education and Psychology, Literacy. Emily Augustine. Sarah Borden. Sydney Cansdale. Terry Clark. Grace DeCapua. Mackenzie Dockstader. Casey Hunziker. Caleb Ladd. Bridget McGinley. Kara Reiger. McKenna Snyder. Candidates in the Division of Social Work and Criminal Justice. Social Work. Justin Abrams. Catherine Lynn Elkins. Francesca Amores. Michaela Antelek. Brandy Baucus. Phoebe Bates. Veronica Bearer. Hannah Benda Robinson. Shaniqua Brown. Jonathan Brown. Hunter Buckman. Audrey Button. Zachary Cadden. Autumn Cardarelli. Jennifer Casey. Olivia Ann Kazara. Anna Castilleja. Katie Klein. Troy Manuel Council III. Stacy Nicole Crowther. Lyanna Dandles. Caitlin Marie Daniel. Brooke A. Danielson. William Drew. Elizabeth Dubois. Sherry Ann Deshane. Michaela Estrada. Samantha Ferrone. Alicia Finizio. Rosabella Francis. Trinity Fringo. Samantha Gaffney. Bethany Gingrich. Kana Goodrich. Amanda Lee Gazigan. Martha Grant. Marcy Gromling.
Claire Hanley. Jessica Lynn Havens. As soon as the wind gives her hat back. Amber Ann Haxton. Patricia Hammerline. Karen Henry. Adriana Hodgdon. There's a win moment. Melinda Elizabeth Holmes. Deanna Hubbard. Christy Hutchinson. Courtney Catherine Irons. Megan Ann Jarecki. Jessie Ann Jensen. Christine Jaslin. Lindsay Kesnowski. Mary Kiesler. Michelle Coons. Nicole Ladley. Taylor Lee Lambertson. Brooke Latarte. Brooke LaValle. Mackenzie Lee. Alexa Liggins. Sarah Lincoln.
Adriana Little. Taylor Lawrenson. Brendan Mevretish. Carla May. Jennifer Merritt. Carmina Monaco. Destiny LaFay Morgan. Dakota Nelson. Grant Newell. Courtney Noto. Ashley Pagan. Deanne Pease. Jacob Percy. Rachel Marie Fuller Phoenix. Neil James Powers. Taylor Reed. April Rensland.
Brianna Richardson. Tamaya Robinson. Angela Romano. Kelly Scarlata. Tiara Ariel Scott. Jacqueline Scott Hardy. Rashandra Lynn Shepard. Crystal Silkworth. Serena Pickert Bryan. Marcy Sole. Lindsay Sperling. Elizabeth Stewart.
Elizabeth, before you walk across this stage, we'd like to take a moment to share something truly meaningful with you and with all of us here today. At Keuka College, we honor not just academic achievement, but the stories that shape each graduate. And your story, Elizabeth, is one rooted in service, strength, and love. Your grandfather, Richard Bullenkamp, is here with us today at 92 years old, a retired Air Force major. Your older brother, Timothy Smith, a staff sergeant in the Air Force, has spent the last 4 years serving overseas in England and will finally return home later this month. Though he couldn't be here in person, we know there's a good chance he's watching this live stream. And then there's your younger brother, Airman First Class Thomas Smith, currently serving at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. You stood by his side at his wedding last summer, but today you believed he couldn't get leave to be here with you. Well, Elizabeth, that wasn't the full story. Join me in welcoming Airman First Class Thomas Smith. As we witness this powerful family reunion, we're also reminded that next weekend is Memorial Day, a time our nation sets aside to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Today, Keuka College extends our deepest thanks to all those who serve and have served, those in uniform today, those we remember, and the families who stand behind them. Thomas, thank you for your service, and Elizabeth, congratulations. Now, thank you all for sharing in that special moment, and we will return to the conferral of degrees. Let's continue celebrating each and every graduate who walks across the stage today.
Next, we have Shelby Stockbridge. Amber Swawola. Claudiluz Tapia. Ashley Tejo. Jaden Vales. Stephen Joseph Van Eiderstein. Abriona Vaughn. Kendra Vavra. Shauna Vogt. Brianna Wahlberger. Angela Weller. Christine Whipple. Tiffany Whitaker.
On behalf of the entire Keuka College community, congratulations to the class of 2025. And now I'd like to ask the class of 2025 to join me in thanking and congratulating the many people who helped make this day possible. First, your parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses, children, and friends. And now the faculty, administration, and staff here at Keuka College, especially the many members of the Keuka College community who served on the commencement committee, those who volunteered to assist today, and those who helped set up and coordinate logistics for our 116th commencement ceremony. And now will you please stand if you're able and join us in singing the alma mater. Remain standing for the benediction, which will be offered by college chaplain Eric Detter, and remain standing for the recessional. Thank you all for coming, and congratulations to the class of 2025. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Graduates of 2025 and guests. Undoubtedly, there were moments when you thought you'd never reach this stage and you wondered if all of the late nights, all of the tears, all of the frustration, all of the sacrifices were worth it. But today you stand in this moment of tremendous accomplishment with relief, joy, and pride. Congratulations. Please receive these words with the knowledge that while this is the last prayer I will speak over you during your time as a student at Keuka College, it will not be the last time I pray for you. The world needs you. The world needs people of compassion, people who are self-aware, people who show humility, people who are willing to engage in dialogue to make the world a better place. You are blessed. Be thankful for the gift of life, for the beliefs you hold, for the gift of family, for the gift of friendship, and for the community we call Keuka College. Be thankful for the opportunities we have had today to celebrate your accomplishments. Be thankful for the opportunities that lie ahead. You are ready. Use your time, talent, and resources to be leaders that intentionally build bridges across differences to create a world of harmony, peace, justice, and grace. Risk greatly, share passionately, live fully, love fiercely, engage with curiosity, pursue discovery, live authentically, embrace possibility, find your voice for advocacy, and employ empathy. With thanksgiving for the past and celebration of the present, and anticipation of a better future, move forward and walk into new beginnings. Amen.